And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marion Harding High School, where we are going to be watching the game between the presidents of Marion Harding and the Tigers of Galion High School. I'm Scott Cameron, and to my right, I've got
Jeff Ruth.
Jeff Ruth. Folks, I'm honored to have Jeff join us tonight.
I'm honored that you asked me.
Well, Josh is out for the evening. He had some family obligations. So I was in here, and I was walking down, and I saw Jeff, and I said, hey, you want to call the game with me, or are you just here to watch? He said, well, I'm here to watch. I said, well, why don't you come join me?
I didn't even hesitate, did I?
So thanks for joining me, Jeff. I appreciate that. And, man, kind of an interesting game tonight. Middle of the got a kind of, I guess you could say, no man's land for Galion coming in here with a 7-7 record, but which is better over the year as we travel. It's going to turn the ball over to Harding. Man, last year Galion was struggling a lot, right? And I mean, you've called a lot of basketball games, Jeff.
I have, yes.
And Galion is much improved this year versus last year.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
So
you sometimes got to take baby steps.
Absolutely, you're right. And Harding's coming in here with a great record as Hemphill puts in the deuce, giving Harding the early lead. Hemphill is, again, a superb freshman. Ball's picked off by Long. Long looks, doesn't find anything. Seems to set it back up. Trey takes a look, but it's going to pull it back out, and Jones is going to set up the offense. Yeah, so, Jeff, you've seen Galion play a few times this year?
No, this is the first time.
This is your first time, okay. So, I mean, they've got the number one scorer in the league.
They do. Gentleman's name is Cooper Kent. He's just a junior, but 6'3", so he's got some length, he's got some presence, and obviously he has a nice scoring touch.
Sure, and absolutely. So first in the conference with 22 points and per contest, and I know that you found last game he had how many points again?
He had 18 in the last game.
Right, so he's a good scorer. Oh, nice cut. Nice pass finding Hemphill, and he's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
In that first game, Marquise Long had 21 for Harding. Harding ended up winning that game 72-57 on the road.
Right. So, and that's the thing. Harding, man, their athleticism is superb. That they are very solid athletically, and that's one of the things that teams struggle with against the Presidents. And you're right. They kind of had their way with Galion at Galion. Just a couple, well, what was it, like 6 weeks ago or so? Yeah.
Both free throws were made.
And that is one thing I know that, golly, Harding has struggled with the last couple years, free throws. So good for Hemphill knock both those down. Has got a little half-court trap, almost three-quarter, and just like that, Hart passes the ball over to Kent, Mr. Scoring himself. Ball found in the corner, Hemphill guarding tightly. Almost triple teamed. Ball given off. Just like that, Jones finds the way and passes again to Hemphill.
Got the first 6 points of the game.
I wonder if he's going to let the rest of the kids play. Stop scoring all the time, Dad. Oh, and he finds himself in a pickle. Only option was backwards, and he had to go forwards and pull it back out.
Harding's going for the sweep tonight. They won the freshman game, and then the JV game. You don't very often see a JV game with a
running
continuous clock, but that was the case.
That was the game, yeah. And again, it was just out athleticizing other players. And oh man, Marquise Long putting it in. So just like that, Harding races off to an 8-0 lead. And it's got a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and stay here since we just started.
Yeah, the JV game, Harding was up 19-1, so they set the tone early in that ball game. And Harding up now 8-0. We've only played a little more than a minute or so. So Harding looking to do the same thing in the varsity game.
But you said you came to the Pleasant Harding game, right?
No, I missed that.
Oh, that's
game.
right. You missed that game. yeah, that's right. You just told me. So. Same kind of thing. Harding, man, they jumped out to big, I think it's 15-0 lead.
15-0 lead, yeah.
And did you watch that on YouTube or TV or anything?
I saw right up where Rob McCurdy was here.
Okay.
And I read the write-up in the Marion
unbelievable.
Star.
I was like, oh, my gosh, it's going to be a blowout. But all of a sudden, Pleasant came back and made a game. So just because you start out an early hot lead, sometimes teams cool off and figure it out as we have this three-quarter diamond press. Actually, it's a 1-2-2 press. Ball bounces around, and Trey kicked the ball out, and that's going to go to the Tigers.
All you have to do is look at the Minnesota Vikings this year.
Oh.
How many games, were they either up big or down big? And how did the Vikings do against your Green Bay Packers this season?
So Galion has the ball, and Cooper Kent with the ball swings it around the horn, finds it in the corner to McMullen, and he makes the big three. Big three for them because I'm sure they were kind of thinking, oh, boy, here we go. We're going to start the bloodbath. But
and Nick just came in during that Galion timeout. First time he touched the ball, he hits a three.
Right. So, nice pass. Hemphill did a great job on that. He had his defender on his right hip, and that pass down to that front court. That's a beautiful pass, only to where Hemphill could get it, and he got it and brought it back to his chest and straight up. Great. That's the thing, man. I love watching Marcus Hemphill play. He doesn't play like a freshman.
No, he doesn't.
He does not play like a freshman.
I've heard that from a number of people.
I'm thrilled that we have him for another 3 years after this, actually. So, again, man, and 4 for 4 from the line. So, great fundamentals from Marcus. Once again, is this 1-2-2 trap, and nothing set out of it. So it goes straight to the top, and it's going to run through Cooper Kent as Harding still sets up in his own defense.
They got Jeffrey Jones on Kent, and Jones is a great defender.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so that's and he's also first in the conference in rebounds at 10.5 so per game. Oh, nice move up and under. Ball bounces around. Scrum on the floor. No jump ball called. Probably a good call. No one was able to settle in possession. Hemphill cuts to the middle, right to the paint with the wrong hand. Finds himself in a predicament. Ball still rolling around. Jump ball. That one was a jump ball, but not the one down here, but okay.
Nice job defensively by Marquise Law, and the ball will favor Galion on the possession arrow, but nice job by Marquise to get in there and tie it up.
Being scrappy on the defensive boards, man. Well, it'd be offensive boards at that point. It was defensive. So great job by him, absolutely. Man, drives to the left, Albert, but it kicks back out. To McMullen, drug a foot, didn't get called. Wow. Around the horn again. Albert finds to the top for Chafin. Back to Chafin. Chafin at the top of the key, looking for a play. Kind of mishandles it. Maybe he had popcorn, Jeff. I
think it was too much Jeffrey Jones in front of him.
Yeah. Albert threw up the shot, goes out of bounds, and tipped out by the Presidents.
Harding won by 15 the first time around. Record-wise, Harding at home, you would think would win this game. But they got Shelby coming up Saturday night.
Oh.
There's always a tendency to maybe kind of look ahead just a little bit. At least appears early in this game. Harding is not looking ahead at all.
They are not. They are locked in. I mean, they're focused. This is, nice tip away by Long, but Kent recovers between the legs. And yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. They are locked in. They're dialed in and focused, and that's going to be Harding ball tossed out of bounds.
Another turnover for Galion.
They've, I don't want to say they're in a danger zone, but they have not, other than that three-point shot, they don't look like they've been very fluid.
No, they don't.
Offensively. And Hemphill just takes it again.
Some contact, nothing called.
Yeah, he wanted a foul, no foul called. I'm not going to lie to you, Jeff. Marcus is in a class next door to me, and I tell him all the time, I'm like, dude, just go straight to the rim. And he's been doing that tonight. Shot by Katie off the front, barely grazed the front of the iron. Katie, who doesn't normally started tonight.
Yep. He's 6'5", but he's not afraid to shoot that three-pointer, and there's a three-pointer for
Speaking
Galion.
of, Cooper Kent making the first presence for him tonight.
In fact, I think that's his first shot of the night.
I agree. Katie puts a second shot up. Off the front, goes opposite side. Galion off, running, looking up, trying to make something happen before the defense sets up. Oh, no.
Wow.
Cooper Kent suddenly making it 10-9, and we said they might be in a danger zone, but they worked themselves out of it. Kind of a transition bucket there by Kent.
He shot that from the Speedway station across the street.
Yeah, that was definitely a long college three even. You could even argue a fourth shot there by Jones. Hopefully he doesn't get an aggressive retaliation foul, then sets up.
Galion first chance to take the lead tonight. And just missed.
That's kind of a forced shot, like you've been saying. Great defense. Katie just over his reach. He's tall, but he's not that tall. I'm just kind of watching. I'm totally into sports psychology, Jeff, and just kind of watching some of our players, and then they're kind of talking to each other. There's some miscommunication that would appear, and it's interesting to see how some of that kind of stuff kind of works out as they set up in a 1-2-2 press again, trap. And that is an easy turnover. You don't go in the corner of your backcourt, and you don't go right in front of the coach. That's an easy trap. Nice job by Harding. Ball pops out, put up by Long, off the front of the iron. Big rebound. Oh! Good try on the bank there.
Harding's missed their last 5 shots.
Oh. So, what I'm seeing, ever since the game started, and that first timeout, that 30-second timeout, Galion is looking to push, so Harding doesn't even get a chance to set up that trap defense. And so that transition offense that Galion's pushing down their throats, first shot put in there by Hart. That's not allowing Harding to set up their trap and use their athleticism. So even Kent's shot there. So that seems to be the recipe, and so that might force Coach Pearson to either get out of it or tell his guys, hey, if we're going to run this, you got to hustle back. You got to stop the transition offense.
You mentioned the Pleasant game. Here Harding's up 10-3. Galion calls the timeout. Galion now on an 8-0 run.
Right, and that's kind of what happened a little bit with Pleasant. They came back and, again, off the mark.
Marion foul number 4, Alex Stokes. His first, team second.
A 3 off the mark again, much to the dismay of a couple fans here in the place.
Harding's missed their last 6 shots.
And honestly, Jeff, I kind of agree. Take it to the rack. I know Hemphill isn't in right there, but take it to the rack, draw some fouls, slow down Galion. Ooh, off the front of the iron. But the best way to set up a good defense is to go to the rack and try and, just still can't get in. It's like the bucket's covered. Turn around, and found in his hands, knocked away. A little scrum again. Jones goes down, no foul called. Long pass, set up for Glue, off the mark. Some scrum. Oh, my goodness.
All right, all right, everybody take 10 seconds.
Yes. All right.
Regroup.
Oh, my. Well, and everything else, this is a heck of a way to end the first quarter. And the Galion fans they're fired up, man, and a reach there, didn't get it. Long, way off the mark. Big rebound by Jeffrey Jones.
Big bucket with 3 seconds to go.
And way off the mark. Whoa.
Yeah.
Jeff, I think I might need a water break.
Harding had missed 8 in a row before that follow-up by Jones, so they definitely needed that at the end of the quarter.
And he was at the right place at the right time, indeed.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back for second quarter action on a Harding High School Telecom production.
Businesses and consumers. In addition, Global Logistics analyzes the acquisition of goods, how the goods are stored, and the methods of transporting the goods within a supply chain. At Harding High School, we are proud to offer a 2-year class in the study of global logistics. In this class, students will receive an English credit for taking Logistics 1. They will also participate in multiple field trips, making connections through real-world projects with local businesses. These students will obtain Career Pathway Logistics certification, earning 12 credits for graduation. Students may also earn Lean Six Sigma certification, giving them a credentialed advantage in the job market. However, most importantly, logistics offers transferable life skills including communications, economic forecasting, workflow optimization.
And we are back for second quarter action at Marion Harding High School between the presidents of Marion Harding and the Tigers of Galion. Jeff, track meet first quarter, almost
A little up and down, wasn't it?
up and down all around, maybe in between. Good
Harding
grief.
started out shooting the ball very well. Then they went in that 0 for 8 slump before Jones scored with 3 seconds to go to give Harding a 1-point lead, and Harding will get the ball to start the second quarter. Galion, they have either free throws or 3-pointers. They don't have a 2-point field goal tonight.
Exactly. So it's been all or nothing. And Parker Iden into the game, usually a little bit of a spark plug, and kind of our version of Aaron Kraft, way off the mark, and that's going to be out of bounds. Yeah, and so Coach Pearson's trying to find a combination that can lead to a positive result. And I know, I haven't seen Hemphill in the game for a little bit here, so I don't know, maybe trying something out. But here, Galion going in an extended 2-3 zone,
yeah.
but they're really extended the front of that too.
You mentioned Iden, he had 10 points in the JV game.
And ball off the mark. Oh! Alex Stokes with a fadeaway. Jay, nice little 7-8 foot shot. Finds the bottom of the hoop, giving Harding a 3-point lead. Drives to the hoop is Kent, and he's going to get fouled.
Marion foul number 22.
And that is going to be on the floor.
Just 2 fouls on each club in the first quarter.
Galion coming out in a flat 4. Low ball screen. Up to the top, and that's going to be an easy pick off.
Another turnover for Galion.
And Marquise along with another 2, as again, as far as steals, he is fourth in the conference. So nothing new going on there. Nice defense by Parker.
Galion with a lot of turnovers in the game.
Right. Well, it's a high octane all or nothing I've seen so far. You're right. All threes or go to the rack and get 2 and tied up. And that's going to go back to Galion as we started the ball on the quarter.
Nice defensive play by Stephen Glue for Galion, was able to force the tie-up.
Seeing who we got coming in, and it looks like Hemphill is going to be coming back into the game next dead ball. Harding kind of seems to be retreating back to a standard man defense, as we talked about last quarter, where we're going to have to do something to slow down this transition offense. And that was Jeff, I'm going to tell you something. Having reffed a lot of games and still doing games for different sports, but when you have something like that where you're certain that, oh, the ball's, and then a player lets it go out, you do kind of wonder, like, wait a minute, who did touch that?
Yep, you're right.
That is one of the hardest things to do, and you but at least these guys have 2 other guys to bounce a call off of a 3. And when it's me just doing a game by myself, I'm like, does anyone have a coin? Ooh, goes down. Hopefully he's all right. He looks to be okay. Hemphill is triple teamed. Stokes shoots a 3. Oh!
They gave him some room, and it's like, all right, if you're going to give me that much room, I'm going to shoot it. Nothing but net.
He might win the player off the bench award tonight with 5 huge points. Stokes challenges a shot. And that's McMullen again. That's his second 3. My goodness gracious. For just coming into the game, not even starting, he's lighting it up.
And McMullen was contested on that shot, too.
Correct. That was a great shot. So, yeah, Stokes was right on him for sure. But Marquise is at the line shooting 2. And again, as you said, Harding plays Shelby on Saturday. That'll be a big game. Saturday night seems to be the game everyone kind of circles on their calendar is long, short, in front of the rim on the first shot. And I think you're right. You almost have to win that game. Well, that's a lane violation. He made it. It shouldn't matter. He made it. It's no foul. It's no consequence.
Well, he's going to shoot it again.
I believe that's a free throw violation, right? And
didn't make any difference because he made the free throw.
Right, I guess, basketball, ball don't lie. But I thought it was you could shoot anyway and you could take the result of the play. But I guess not. Rules change maybe. I don't know. Man, Cooper Kent puts in 2 points, finding himself with a total of 8.
That's the first 2-pointer of the night for Galion.
Yeah, you're right. So buzzed right to the rack as Hemphill hands the ball off to Long. Long, ooh, I thought he was looking down low and didn't give it off. But Long with the ball at the top of the key, looking to drive, use that athleticism. No call. Rebound by Hemphill. Man, I don't think that's quite the Phil Jackson triangle offense that they had in mind, but they'll take it.
Stokes 3 of 3 for 7 points.
Yeah, again.
In about 3 minutes of action.
That's a lot of bang for the buck.
That's his second foul, or first foul, I believe.
Chafin drawing the foul. One thing Chafin did there, ever so slight change of pace, puts a defender in the air, and he jumped right into him, and that's an easy call.
It was Stokes' second foul.
So, well, so Stokes like a phosphorus candle coming in to be bright, but there's a consequence to it, and, 2 fouls. So he's doing some good things offensively. Off the mark on the second shot. Jones dribbling the ball around. High ball screen by Stokes as he rolls. Wrong way, but it still matters. Katie shoots a shot. Goes oppo. Rebounded by Chafin. Chafin looks up the floor. He's pushing the ball because they don't want to set up anything. Let them set up anything, I should say. Chafin turns right into Katie. Yeah, he traveled.
Yep.
He turned into Katie. Katie he was moving. He was in the right defensive position. So great call by the officiating crew. He initiated that contact himself, and you can't call a charge because Trey didn't fault. So.
And when's the last time you heard an announcer say, "Great call by the officiating crew"? That doesn't happen very often.
Hey, I give credit where credit's due. Trey Katie makes a long three-pointer.
Yeah,
finally.
He'll put it up from anywhere.
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does. No doubt. Speaking of putting up long shots, good grief. Cooper Kent is kind of putting up a little bit of a clinic of his own, and Trey's going to have to close that gap.
Yeah, he's got 11 of the team's 20 points.
Yep. And that's when you're averaging, if your team's 500 and you're averaging 22 points a game, you're probably doing half or more of the scoring. So, ball tipped out by Chafin. Long's going to be entering the game again. As well as the junior Glue and the senior Stager. And Alex exits the game. He didn't want him to get a third foul, Jeff.
Yep.
Long has to pick up the ball, and shot by Jones off the back of the iron. A mass of humanity. Ball on the floor. Jump ball, and that's going to belong to Harding.
Been a lot of scrambles for the ball and tie-ups. And
they're going to have to replace some of the wood here by the end of the evening, I tell you. There's a football game and then a basketball game broke out.
Yep.
So
boom, boom, boom.
That can happen, especially when these two teams play. And the MOAC can be like that at times. Shot just kind of altered there and taken out from Long. Galion brings the ball back down the floor. Kent with the ball again at the top. Nice way to prevent him from turning all the way. And driven in by Chafin. Off the mark. Rebounded. Harding brings it down. Off to Long. Takes it right to the rim. Chin the rim. Schultz was altered. So that was actually great defense by Cooper Kent.
It was.
He beat him to the spot, and Marquise had no choice but take an ugly-looking shot. So Layden Jones taking the ball out from the coffin corner. Tough place to be taken out of. Hemphill faces the basket. And setting up an offense. Layden Jones has the ball, looking up. Jones goes down. Or to Jaden Jones, who has the ball at the top. He's over Layden Jones, who shoots a three, and that's way off the mark.
That's a little bit out of his range.
I think you're right. You know, sometimes players do that, and you kind of let them have that leeway, but do it twice. Kent comes right out and says, That was worth more.
Wow. Nice turnaround jumper.
Says that shot is worth more.
And Jamie Pearson said, we got to do something to slow him down.
Well, it's an issue of gap closing. You can't let Cooper Kent have 2 feet. So, I don't know what Pearson's going to do defensively, but you got to put your defender on him and put a guy, your best defender, that has no fouls even. And if he shoots, maybe even be so aggressive, you foul him. I don't know, just throw off his rhythm at this point. But, when you have great shooters like Kent is, one of the best things you can do, if you can't block a shot, you got to get a hand in his face and hope that he doesn't have body rhythm, and you just got to throw him off somehow.
And Kent's not a big guy at all.
No, that's what I mean.
He's really kind of a skinny dude.
Absolutely. So, you just have to do something to throw off his timing. He's not going to bowl over you or anything like that. So, and ball thrown out off of Hemphill. Great play by Chafin.
He has arms like I had in high school. But I couldn't play basketball.
That's okay. That's all right. Harding setting up so the man defense. You'd think that on an out-of-bounds play like that, they might set up since they had sufficient time. Nice block by Hemphill again.
Hemphill 2 blocks.
Right there, yeah.
And then he comes up with a loose basketball.
Reminds you a little bit of Johnson. They used to play on the Buckeyes about 15, 20 years ago, right? What was his name? Ken Johnson?
Okay.
Oh, man. You don't remember Ken Johnson?
I do, yeah.
That guy's a block machine, man. It's insane. Long has the ball. Tipped out from behind. No one told him he was coming.
Yep, didn't see the defender from behind.
Ooh. Boy, that was that was smooth, man.
16, and we're tied at 25. 8-0 run for Galion.
Yeah, Harding's going to have to do something to answer here. With just over a minute. Boy, Galion is showing a lot of spirit hanging around and hanging on the back of Cooper Kent. My goodness. Jones, up, out, around to other Jones, and out to Long. And being very patient offensively, Hemphill takes right to the rack, and yep. That was a weird call.
Kind of the continuation rule there. I actually thought the foul occurred before the shot.
On the floor.
Yeah.
And that's what I think everyone thought, and he put two down, but he made it.
Including Ryan Stover, the Galion coach, who's talking to the official.
Right. Well, that was a weird call. I think he didn't see it going. I don't know. Nonetheless, guess who's shooting? And he can't execute the old-fashioned play. Back out to Long, who's going to, he takes it right to the first stripe there. Tipped around. Hemphill tries to grab. He grabs it. Surrounded by 3 players. Not in much position to do anything. And tips out, and it's going to stay here with Harding. And, golly, man, if I'm Harding, I got to wait for the last shot, man.
I'm thinking the same thing. 37 seconds is a long time.
It's a long time, but Galion, they're playing so soft, right? I mean, it's a soft defense.
You definitely want to go in the locker room with the lead.
Right, and exactly, right here. So, so there you go.
They're starting
to weave. Yeah, there you go. It was a nice weave, just trying to burn some time. Yep, so Coach Pearson making a good move. Ooh, sometimes you can get so complacent with a weave, you just pass the ball. And here it comes. Long, nice way to get around him. Easy. Oh, my goodness gracious, can't get it to fall in. But nonetheless, shot by Hemphill. Off the front of the iron. But, hey, Harding still has 27-25 lead. And, hey, we ended the first quarter 12-11. Now we're up 27-25. So, as much as that was a hotly contested quarter, Harding still ends up scoring one more point than them. So, folks, we're going to be right back for the second half action on our Harding High School Telecom production.
Welcome to Harding Telecom Digital Media. Unlike television, print, and radio media, which are all one-way communications, digital media creates an interconnected world of interactive communications that puts you in control of content creation and broadcasting. As a member of Harding Telecom, we have 3 ways of building your digital media skills. As an underclassman, you can take our semester-long class, Intro to Video Editing, where you'll be introduced to the latest hardware and software in digital media. Learn to create your own content with overlays, special effects, and audio processors. Your content will only be limited by your imagination. Telecom 1 is a year-long class that introduces you to the world of audio-video broadcast communications. Here you will learn how to operate video hardware and software, design sets, direct and produce events, and expand your editing capabilities broadcasting online and over our public access television channel. You will learn to produce daily news announcements and share your creations throughout our cable television and social media networks. Finally, Telecom 2 is our year-long class available for upperclassmen who have completed the prerequisite Telecom 1 class. Here you will produce and direct your own broadcast events. You will be put in charge of productions and lead other students through the introductory processes of media production. Many of our telecom graduates have gone on to study broadcast media in college and launched careers as television news and weather personalities, Emmy-winning editors for nationally syndicated television shows, and audio production engineers. So don't hesitate to schedule Harding Telecom Digital Media. Talk to your guidance counselor or see Mr. Mullins in room 201. Whoa, slow down there, Hot Rod. We know you're in a hurry to get to the historic OK Cafe located at 734 East Center Street, Marion, Ohio. And we know you can't wait to enjoy the great food and beverages at one of the most popular restaurants in town, known for their famous handmade pizzas, subs, calzones, and more. And we know you can't wait to meet up with good friends for the best in live local entertainment, big screen sports action, bike nights with weekly contests and prizes. But what's the hurry? We're open daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays, offering dine-in, carry-out, and delivery. Oh well, some people just can't wait to get to the OK Cafe. The historic OK Cafe.
Pizza, calzones, subs, sandwiches, and more. Our fresh dough is made daily, topped with your favorite ingredients and made to order.
Stop in for our lunch buffet or check out our many daily specials.
Looking for something to do?
Come in and check out our giant projector screen on game days. Sing with friends on karaoke nights and dance the night away with live entertainment from your favorite local bands.
So even though Rex might have a short reach, we'll never come up short on service.
So remember, when you're hungry, check out the OK Cafe, home of the giant 20-inch Pizzasaurus Rex made to order. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Come to the historic OK Cafe, located at 734 East Center Street, Marion made for over 80 years.
And we are back here at Harding High School for the second half of tonight's basketball game. Presidents versus the Tigers of Galion, 27-25 with the Prexy lead here. Jeff, what'd you see in the first half?
I saw Cooper Kent scored too many points.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm a 3, 6, 9.
He had 16.
16,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, my.
Four three-pointers, and then Nick McMullen had a couple of long three-pointers. Only two-point field goals the entire first half for Galion. And again, Harding got out to that 10-3 lead. Galion eventually took a 1-point lead. Harding got back up by 8. Galion tied it, and then Harding up by 2. Big bucket there right before the end of the first half.
Right, and so it has been almost a all or nothing kind of approach for the Tigers, and it's paid off for them, making a lot of threes. And saw something a little bit like this in the girls' basketball game when Big Walnut came here, and my goodness, they just lit up three-point land, and it's hard to catch up with that. It's the game of basketball and how much has changed. So Galion starts with the ball here, the second half, driven in, and
Neither team really in any foul trouble at all.
No, it was a relatively clean game. Actually. Shot off the mark, and Hemphill cuts right down the middle, turns around, finds himself with the ball again off the rebound, brings it back out, and then ends up in cage. And Trey did not shoot the three. Can you believe that's the first time I think I've seen that? Hemphill, nice feed down, but still about 10 feet away from the rim. Cross the court pass, keeps the chin of the rim. Ball gets knocked out. Hemphill backs away, not getting a foolish foul. Just like that. Oh. Yeah. A little bit of an acting job by Kent, but that draws the foul call.
Jeffrey Jones guilty of that foul, his second.
And Galion's going to take the ball out. I don't think they had a time really to set up anything. But here they are. Oh, my. Unlike the first half.
That was just
that is
a
little bit
outside.
short. Yeah, a nice Major League reference. So, that was not like the first ones. Hemphill, chin to the rim, can't get the ball. Whoa!
Oh, nice tip.
Oh, man. That is only a play that on this floor Marquise Long could make. Like that was just a great athletic, good tall jump, tips the ball in as Harding comes back in their 1-2-2 half-court trap and tries to draw. Yeah, he was leaning back.
Yeah,
you could see it. From
that
there.
was a good call.
Yeah, great call.
Long with 7 now.
And honestly, that was a great play by Marquise. He was already leaning back. That would have been actually a great play if he just would have stayed straight up. First shot up by Chafin is good.
2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. We haven't seen Braylon Dyer tonight. He played very well.
Correct.
In that game against Pleasant, but he's been a no-show tonight.
I even had the second one put by Chafin is good. I even had someone comment. They're like, "Man, that 24 kid for you guys, man, I said, "Yeah, I know he plays really well, but you're right. I don't even think he's playing tonight, Jeff.
Well, he's down on the bench,
but it's not going in out. So maybe there's something going on.
No.
And we are not aware of. Marcus finds himself right in the hoop. Nice shot put in there by Hemphill, finding himself first time in the.
He's got 13 tonight.
Right, first time to book this half. And that's, again, if Hemphill just goes straight to the hoop and goes straight up, man, he's hard to stop. Speaking of hard to stop, my goodness, Cooper Kent, another 2 points. That's 18, right, Jeff?
18 for Kent.
Man,
we'll give him 4 more so he gets his average, and then
then we'll cut him off.
Yeah, and then somebody else will have to score for him.
That's true. Well, we can only hope that would be the scenario tonight. As Long almost gets triple teamed. Back out to Jones. Jones in and out. Back to the other Jones. Back to Jones. So many Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaden Jones. We'll specify. Jaden Jones has the ball at the top. Marquise Long has it at the 45. Katie comes off the screen. 3 off the mark, far side. And that's Trey's. He's had some misses, yes, but they've all been long off to the side, it seems, or short. So,
nice play there defensively.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of nice defensive play, nice pick there by
Galion got
Jackson
it back.
Hart.
Yep. Stephen Glue with his first field goal.
And Harding getting a little bit of I don't want to say careless, but they're getting careless. It's basically a 0-0 ball game. And so Harding kind of feeling a little bit of a pressure, I think, to produce something here. Is kind of come discombobulated offensively the last couple possessions. Ooh, nice Euro step, but he had no English on that ball. Yeah, it's hard to get in. And
doing a nice job on the boards, though.
yeah, and a foul called from the far end of the floor rather than the front ref. So must have seen something.
Kent with his second foul.
And Layden Jones looked to come in, but he's coming back out. Harding sets up in a 2-2 box, screened by Hemphill. Fake the handoff to Trey, and over to Long. Shot put up by Jones, off the mark. Katie bops it around, rebound by Jones, and up and in by Jeffrey Jones.
Jones missed it. Jones with the rebound. Jones with the pick back. Jones with the bucket.
Okay, so here's the thing. Cooper Kent, man, high IQ play, man. Jeffrey Jones is getting really frustrated. That's his third foul. But okay, but the thing is, oh my, just some disarray there. But, but nonetheless, Harding ends up with it. Marquise Long, and he's going to draw the foul. He's going to shoot two. Foul by Kent. But the thing is, Kent is selling the fouls. He's, they don't have the flop rule at high school, but he's not been exactly the strongest offensive player, but he's selling the fouls and they're calling it. Marquise Long puts first one in.
Galion subs number 23, Clint Miller. Number 5, Jackson.
And this is a big moment for Harding as Cooper Kent is entering the bench area. And Harding has a chance to, take a potential 4-point lead. And Galion hasn't really shown too much of a threat outside of Kent.
Yeah, he didn't come out at all in the first half,
no.
So I don't expect him to be out very long now.
No. But every couple possessions and a little bit of a chess match, and here we go. Right on cue. Full court press. There it is.
Nice job anticipating the inbounds pass by Long.
Yep, Stokes ended up with the ball, passed it off to Long. Long in trouble, passes out to Hemphill, around the horn to Jones. Jones, looked at Stokes down low, didn't see it. Hemphill brings it back out to Jones. Around the horn we go. A little floater by Scooney Penn-esque. Shot off the mark, rebound by Hemphill. Jones tried to force it over to Stokes, and yeah, it's clear Galion is in disarray without Cooper Kent.
Yeah.
And so Pearson knows. I would not expect, as you said, Cooper to be out much more in another possession or two, if that. Jones inbounds to Long at the top of the key. Fakes, goes to the left, throws up a shot. Hoping for a
there is
foul.
some contact inside, isn't there?
It's a physical game.
Yeah.
And but I think it's been called well by the refs.
Officials are calling it.
He barely got rid of that. Big time three by Max Albert.
His first bucket of the night.
6-foot sophomore, yeah. Yeah, that was a big bucket. Keeps Galion kind of in the ball game with Kent being on the bench, and Layden Jones off the mark. Rebound by Stokes. Out to Jones and off the mark. Didn't want a foul. Push down the court. Kind of a hop, skip, and a jump by Miller. Finds it down low. Over to the other side. Shot put up off the front of the iron. Rebound by Hemphill as he pushes the ball up the court. Big man running on the floor. Pulls it back out. He's going to find a guard to set up. A little over 2.5 minutes left in the quarter. Jones dribbles around, finds Hemphill. Curls around, changes direction, goes to the middle of the paint. Ooh, baby!
Got the nice bounce off the rim, too.
But that's the thing. He can do that all the time.
Hemphill has 15 tonight.
He's so hard to stop. He's so hard to stop that it's an almost a no-brainer, man. If he has the ball at the top of the screen rubbing, or at the top of the key rubbing off of a screen, he's hard to stop.
Missed the free throw, though.
Oh, he did start 4 for 4 from the line. So
Yeah.
he's had a rough past couple shots. I do agree with that. Harding nursing a 3-point lead. See what they can do defensively. Around the horn. Oh, man. Definitely a shot put up there by Hart. Finds it tying the game.
His first field goal of the night. We're tied at 37. All this with Kent still on the bench.
Yeah, so, I mean, my goodness, absolutely. Coach Stover has to feel pretty good knowing that your best player, top scorer in the league, is on the bench, and you just tied Harding, and you're kind of making them bite their nails here on the home floor. So this is got
Long with the charge.
Tough call is I think Long wanted the foul before the contact that he initiated and didn't get it. So Harding's going to draw back and play man defense. Ball handed off. Almost an attempt at a trap, but my goodness, he just dribbles right around that. Was Chafin. Shot put up.
Biggest lead of the night for Galion.
3-point lead.
And that's his first field goal of the night.
And Harding didn't have anyone to inbound the ball to. I'm almost kind of wondering, if we don't do something offensively here, Coach Pearson might want to call timeout next possession. If not this one. It's a dire 3 off. Oh!
I think it hit the wire above the rim,
Hit the wire above the rim. Yep. So easy call by the officials. Unfortunate bounce. Swish it, you don't have to worry about it, right?
They've done all of this with Kent on there. He's been on the bench for just about 4 minutes now.
Oh, you let him get all the air he wants as Hemphill knocks it loose. Oh, and Marcus wanted.
That was almost a deliberate foul on Albert.
Yeah, he did not extend his arms. You have to show a deliberate extension of the arms, and he just, it was all lower body, but yeah, it was definitely deliberate. But that would be a foolish play for Galion right now, who has Harding on the ropes. You wouldn't want to give them that momentum. Jones up top to Hemphill, and see, that's the thing. Yep, bang down low, and foul on the floor.
Yep. So 23.8 seconds to go. Harding will inbound. And again, they may play for that last shot, but they're going into the fourth quarter either down by 1 or more probably. Ball's kicked out of bounds by Galion.
Woo, that was Coach Pearson letting the official near side have it into Pearson, and the ref said, "Relax, man." You can see it was like, "Relax." It was called. Ball inbounded to Stokes. Stokes!
Nice move. Nice inbound to Alex. They kind of forgot about Stokes inside, and Stokes off the bench with 9 points now.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I believe me, I like Marcus, great player. But if Harding wins this game, Stokes is a player of the game. Coming in off the bench and doing what he's done, I mean, my goodness.
10 points in probably, 7 or 8 minutes at the most?
Like I said, he's like white phosphorus. He's on fire, and he's burning bright. He just has to make sure he doesn't do anything crazy defensively. As, McMullen's kind of had a couple hot points tonight shooting. Oh, nice defensive or offensive play, inbounding off the defender. Blocked by Stokes.
Nice defense by Stokes. Galion got the ball back with 9 seconds to go.
And Harding has the ball with 4 seconds left. Jones looks up. Shot by Katie. Oh!
Yes. What a huge bucket that is.
Oh, Trey Katie, the heartbreaker, gives him the 3-point lead. Hey, let's stay here for the cheerleaders. Let's stay here. Okay, so that way people can watch them, family at home. We'll be right back for fourth quarter action, folks. Boy, Jeff, so Harding, my goodness, is almost ups and downs there, and they ended up on the right side of the up there.
You know, Harding with a 1-point lead at the break, 2 points at halftime, 3-point lead here at the third quarter. Harding had 72 first time around. They're not going to get 72 tonight unless this goes like 5 overtimes.
Yeah, unless they have a gentleman named with the last name Diebler coming off their bench. I agree with you. So
he gave up his eligibility a few years ago.
I think so. Yeah, and unfortunately his colors were also orange and white also. So, my.
And Kent is still on the bench. I'm wondering if he has some sort of an. It doesn't look like he does, but certainly would have expected him to start the fourth quarter. And he's not in foul trouble.
But Coach Stover might also be thinking, hey, man, this has been working so far. It ain't broke so far. But the longer you keep him out, does he cool off? You know, you have to kind of play that card too.
Yeah.
As Galion comes out in his zone, the appears to be zone, Marcus off the point and put up. That's why you bank it off the glass, sir. And Marcus wants a foul, being strong and finds it rolling over the top of the rim.
Big bucket there, gives Harding a 5-point lead.
Oh, there we go. And should be an easy deuce.
Alex thought for a half second.
He did.
But if I miss this, I may not see the floor again the rest of the year. So he did the right thing and just laid it up off the glass.
Good. It wasn't even the correct hand. I mean, it's like he flashed back to fourth grade and started shooting with the right hand on the left side. So, boy, things change really quick, right? Life happens fast.
Got the quick rebound and then the steal and then Stokes with a bucket. And just like that, it's a 7-point lead.
Once again, Stokes coming off the bench just, my goodness.
Harding on a 10-0 run right now because they were down 40-37.
Yeah, and so, my goodness, again, Stokes, the bench play is the story of the night. It's that simple. Alex Stokes just keeping him alive single-handedly in some spots of the game. And, of course, right on Johnny on the spot, McMullen off the mark. But, yeah, they had to bring in Cooper Kent because it's clear that it was just the pressure is starting to mount for the Galion Tigers. Long jogs the ball down the floor, passes it off to Jones at the 45. Looks around, back to Long at the top of the key.
He was on the bench about 5.5 minutes of actual playing time.
But Galion was succeeding, so it's hard to. Yeah.
When he went out, Galion was down 1, and those quick buckets by Harding went from a 3-point lead now to a 7-point lead, and Harding's got the ball back.
Cut through, nice catch. One to go inside out. Couldn't make it execute. Picked off by Layton Jones, and not to waste this, can't get it in. Rebounded by Jones also, and finds it off the back of the iron. Nice job.
6 for Jones. That's Jeffrey Jones.
So many Joneses.
Yeah.
So many Joneses. And the trap attempt stops him. Gives over to Cooper, but then off to McMullen again. Shoots a really long 3 off the mark. I don't think that was supposed to be a pass to Glue, but it ended up being, and that's going to go to Harding.
Bucket here. Harding can go up double digits. Boy, this game's turned in a hurry.
Just turned. You're right. I mean, we're just under 6 minutes. So literally 1 minute ago, a couple or 2 minutes ago, this was an unbelievable game, right? And that could have been a little bit of travel. Stokes kind of keep the ball low. That's a big no-no as a postman. Brought up by Chafin. Chafin gives it up to Layton Jones, who decides to play the smart game and slow it down.
Yep. Harding on a 12-0 run right now.
And Galion is feeling a lot of pressure to stop. And we're going to take a short break, folks. We'll be right back for the rest of the game.
Workflow optimization, general management, and financial planning skills that will make them invaluable to any career they pursue. If you're interested in global logistics, don't hesitate. Talk to your guidance counselor or stop in to see Mr. Ellis in room 245 for more information.
And we are back here at Harding High School with 5:23 left. Harding up by 9. And Jeff, you mentioned, boy, quite a turn of events here offensively for the Presidents, right?
Yep, 12-0 run, and Harding's got the ball now. Biggest lead of the game. Now 14-point lead.
Oh, my. And Hemphill, again, he's hard to stop once he gets that head of steam going. And you almost kind of start thinking of Galion, they've got to almost sell out. Ooh. And Knight did a nice job covering up the ball with both hands and driving in. Forced Harding to reach for it, and he's going to be shooting 2. And again, like you said earlier, fouls haven't been really much of an issue for both teams so far.
No, neither team's really been to the line a lot.
Been relatively clean game. Been physical at points, but not dirty or anything. So
that's the first time Kent's been to the line tonight.
Well, he's 1 for 1. And trying to cut to a single-digit lead, and he does. Hangs 2 as the number for the 2 free throws. And with 5 minutes exactly, Harding's going to try and recuperate to a double-digit lead. Nice cut by Long, trying to draw the charge. Oh, that's awkward.
He was too wide open.
Yeah, it's an awkward angle to try and bank that in, but that's a great play. Ooh! Get out of my house, since Hemphill. Nice block. Way to stay straight up and knock down the octopus arm ball. Galion enters the ball off a flat 4. Off to his side. Of course, Cooper Kent has the ball. Takes the ball in. Scores a deuce.
I think it's going to be a steady diet of Cooper Kent here in the next 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
I think you're right. So they're going to have to figure something out defensively. Ooh! Layden Jones saves the ball, and he had no choice but try and save that in, and that's going to lead to a play on the other end by Hart. Hart pulls it back out. Nope, he goes right to the second hash. Driven in by Albert. Nope. Then to Chafin. Chafin pulls up with a mid-range. Makes a nice shot. That's a lost art right there, Jeff. Man, passes right into a double team.
Galion on a 6-0 run right now.
And let's see. Yeah, no. Hey, if I'm Harding, you guess what I'm doing? I'm going right at Jackson Hart every single time now.
I think he's probably going to come out for at least a couple of possessions.
Right. So it's kind of like chess sometimes. If you're able to knock down piece by piece. So again, a big free throw here from Marquise Long, more than anything else, just to try and make at least his first one.
Yeah, you got to make those 1-and-1s late in the ball game.
Off the front.
Way off the front.
But it's rebounded, so the bonus possession.
Boy, coaches hate that.
Oh, yeah.
Missed the front end of a 1-and-1, but the team gets the offensive rebound.
Well, it depends on the coach.
Yeah, you're right.
But when you have bonus possessions like that, oh, whoa. And the referee was looking to tee up Marquise, but he kept us cool. Nice job, Marquise. I didn't think it looked like he was set, but I could not see if he extended his arm and did a chicken wing, which if he did, you don't have to be set for that if you're pushing off. You can't John Heisman your way in. But so Marquise was pretty frustrated, but he stopped the attempt to plead his case, and the ball's thrown out of bounds. It's going to go to Harding.
Both teams in the 1-and-1 the remainder of the ball game.
And we've noted, Harding's had some struggles at the free throw line the past couple years. And do you know what they are tonight from the line? Even keeping track of this?
If you give me 30, if you let me glance, I will let you know.
All right, so I think it's gonna be kind of a big indicator for Harding. As Harding kind of looks to be very patient offensively, but Galion really even trailing, just looking to try and trap. And so Harding has to play a little bit of a hot potato, going around the.
I have them 8 of 13.
Okay, so that's pretty solid. I mean, that's not bad. So it's manageable. Marquis splits the defenders out to Hemphill, and I tell you, Harding's just looking to be patient offensively.
I think they made their first 6, so they're only like 2 of 7 here.
They've been a little bit chilled.
Yeah,
and that is an opportunity to take 2 points.
Hemphill with a really nice assist. Jones with a bucket, but Hemphill with a really good assist there.
Yeah, he cut right through and went from the center of the paint and found Jones wide open, and nice perfect angle. It's almost one of those things where you be patient on purpose, and that's what it gets you.
Boy, wow. You knew that was dialed in the second it left his hands. Another 3-pointer. It's a 4-point game with 2:21 to go.
So I guess with nursing a 4-point lead, a little over 2 minutes, Galion, you're right. I agree with you. You said Cooper Kent's that kid's gonna shoot the ball. He's gonna get a steady shot. If not anything, Harding's been running this trap defensively. When you do that, you tend to leave dead spots open. And Cooper was right there, and he shot an open 3. Yeah. So do you start pulling way out of that and start doing man? I don't know. What do you think, Jeff? Or is Cooper Kent a force that cannot be stopped? Is he Clark Kent?
I just think there's such a separation. He can shoot from all over the floor, but McMullen had a couple of threes in the first half, hasn't done much here in the second half. They really only have about 3 players that really are looking to shoot the ball.
I agree.
You deny a couple of the guys that aren't going to shoot the ball much, and I think you have to fudge a little bit and
Do you get creative and go box one?
Possibility.
I mean,
I don't know how much they play box and one.
I don't know either. Yeah, but goodness gracious, you got to try something.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling you're right. That diet's going to be a whole lot heavy on Kent.
And this game may very well come down to who shoots the free throws the best here in the next 2+ minutes.
I agree. And Harding's being patient. Hemphill, instead of driving in, I think he wanted to. Oh! Lackluster finds possession of the ball, dribbles around in a hurry, takes it right to the rack, and
got it. Woo! Big bucket there because it looked like Galion had a bit of a break the other way. Had a chance to cut it down to 2, but Hemphill stayed with it and got the steal and then got the bucket.
I believe he has 22, doesn't he?
He does.
Yep, so he's he and Cooper Kent seem to be duking it out for the leading scorer of the game. Man. And again, man, I'm sure glad we got that kid another 3 years. Hemphill trying to solidify and get point number 23.
He's not going in the transfer portal, is he?
I hope not.
And that's twice here in the last minute or so. Harding's missed a free throw, but they got the offensive rebound back.
So they need to treat that carefully. Layton Jones is open, but yeah, Coach Pearson makes a nice decision.
Yep.
He's going to take a full timeout. Yep. So, hey, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back for a Harding High School telecom production.
However, most importantly, logistics offers transferable life skills including communications, economic forecasting, workflow optimization, general management, and financial planning skills that will make them invaluable to any career they pursue. If you're interested in global logistics, don't hesitate. Talk to your guidance counselor or stop in to see Mr. Ellis in room 245 for more information.
All I can say is, Jeff, is wow. Wow.
You know,
With the-
at times,
score-
this has been a very well-played game. Other times, it's been,
Scrummy.
yeah.
Not crummy, scrummy.
I was going to use the word sloppy.
It's scrummy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's a scrum, but it's lackluster, and it just kind of. But yeah, kind of a weird game. Interesting backdoor pass and the rainbow pass, and Hemp Hill, instead of looking to score, he's going to bring it back out. And Galion's going to see. Galion knows. They know. Now, Jeff, I'm going to tell you a secret. I happen to know somebody that's on that's in the know in Galion basketball, and they during that last timeout, they looked up here right at me in the eye, and they gave me one of those smirks, as if I was like, okay, they're planning something. It's clear they know Harding struggles at the line, and they're going to make us earn these points.
And you foul Jaden Jones, who has not been out there very long. That's the guy you want to foul, but he swished the first one through, his first point of the night.
And off the mark on the second one.
Another offensive
bonus.
rebound, though. Yeah.
Oh, and Coach Stover's, he's about ready to lose his mind. I mean, he can't lose much more here. I mean, neither can I, but.
That's 3 missed free throws
Huge.
here in the last 2.5 minutes that Harding has gotten the offensive rebound.
Huge offensive rebounds, and I mean, you're tickled pink if you get one of those a game. 2 is whoa, but 3 in so short time. But something happened. What happened?
Well, as John Mullen said, that fooled everybody.
Yeah,
we're not sure.
We're not sure, but and folks, Pele is alive and well, but just not on Earth.
That was a little too soon.
It was a little too
Yeah,
soon.
Little too soon on that one.
Okay, well, I'll wait a couple more weeks. Sorry. Chafin. Ooh. Oh, man. Chafin saw Stager wide open under the bucket, and Stager, he just wasn't ready for it. It's too hot to handle.
Heard that Crosby died.
I saw that. I saw that today. I was like, what?
He was 81.
I know. They can't live forever. As Hemphill gets trapped in the corner, almost triple team, and Long is surely going to get an easy deuce.
One of those, you're only going to shoot it if you're 100%. He was clear and made it.
Oh,
And it's
speaking
back
of,
to a
oh my
9-point
gosh.
lead. Now Galion cuts it to 7 as Kent
my
makes
gosh.
that one.
Jeez.
And yeah, he'll shoot from anywhere on the floor. I don't know what his shooting percentage is. Tonight's got to be 75% anyway. He's not missed very much at all.
I'm trying to think, Jeff. Galion had a player a few years ago, much like Kent, where it was almost a one-man show. I cannot remember the kid's name.
Was it Ivy?
Yeah, it might be that. It's pre-COVID, and they just had a guy that was.
That's the only name I can think of.
It was unbelievable to watch. He was just. So I sat there over there. I used to sit over near the band for years, but he was just unconscious. And you was like, what do you do to slow this kid down? What an excellent high school player. And I get a lot of the same vibes from Cooper Kent. Just kind of an average size. You would never imagine seeing this kid being like, oh, this kid's going to light it up. And
he's got to really beef up though. As I said, he reminds me of me when I was in high school. Nothing but skin and bones almost. He's a junior, but he's going to, I think, really have to hit the weight room and
if he wants the next level.
Absolutely.
And definitely needs to get about 5 to 10 pounds of muscle on him for sure. Long pass.
Going for the home run, and it's
Marquis
a 400-foot home run, and Harding, I think, is going to win this one.
Yep.
Long pass to Long and laid it up and in.
Gives a 9-point lead for the Presidents. Is Galion kind of looking around trying to figure out what to do, but they do leave Cooper, and that was a walk.
That
didn't
looked
get
like
called.
a walk, yeah.
Oh, blocked by Hemphill. I don't even think there's a chance to stop it.
And Long will lay it up, back-to-back buckets, and Harding's going to end up
Yeah.
looking like a blowout, and it wasn't anything. And now Kent has the ball blocked. Harding with a 2-on-1
we could have a dunk.
breakaway.
Oh!
There's the dunk.
That is the exclamation mark on the game, folks. Oh my goodness! And I know that Chafin tried to stop the momentum, but
That
my
was
goodness.
6 points in about 15 seconds that blew this game wide open.
Oh, hey,
You know, it's an 11-point lead right now. 2 minutes ago, it was a 4-point
Four-point
game.
lead.
Yeah.
This has been a game of runs
Yeah.
for Harding, and it's just been bunches, bunch, struggle, bunch, struggle, bunch, and honestly, Harding's just gotten a right time for another bunch.
Yeah.
If it would have been another 30 seconds ago, we might have been having a different conversation. But clearly Harding's going to win here with 11 points difference with about 20 seconds left.
You'll pick up the Marion Star. You'll hear the score, and 10, 11, 12-point games. Harding had a pretty
That in control.
Not at all.
Not at all.
What was until the last minute and a half or so that Harding really began to put this one away.
Yes, and so so now we kind of look ahead for these teams. So Harding, they're going to play Shelby Saturday, and Galion will move on to play Clear Fork at Clear Fork. And they came off of a big beat down from River Valley, and now they're losing here. But they do get to take on Clear Fork and a more manageable opponent.
They're going for the home run again. And another layup. Long and Hemphill has scored 8 points in less than a minute.
Wow.
And now the ball's knocked out of bounds.
Wow. It's going to be Harding's ball. And you would think surely they'll just sit on the ball and Galion probably won't foul. Yep, they've called off the dogs. So they're just kind of being there to be present.
Harding scored 23 points in the fourth quarter.
Wow. We were just joking about that at halftime or for the third quarter. Like, I don't think they're going to reach that.
End of the third quarter, yeah.
Well, when you have a run like that, good grief. Folks.
66-53, the final.
Who was player of the game? Who do you think?
Well, I don't know. Long and Hemphill, I know we talked about Stokes, but the last few minutes, Long and Hemphill both took over. Your call.
I tell you what, Long and Hemphill, they're going to score points. But if you look back at that game, there were dire moments that were hanging on the balance. And Alex Stokes made some unbelievable critical buckets that if he didn't make that, who knows where that train would have rolled off to.
Yeah, he had 12 points and probably didn't play more than 8 or 9 minutes in the entire game.
I got to give it to Stokes, man. I mean,
that'll work for me.
Long and Hemphill are going to score their points, but my goodness, just timely scoring. So, folks, for Jeff Ruth, I'm Scott Cameron. Thank you for having us in your homes or wherever you're watching us. Come out and support the Harding athletics, whether it's basketball, girls, boys, or whatever it is.
Excuse me, Saturday afternoon the girls play.
Saturday afternoon.
Saturday night the guys against Shelby, and let's get this place rocking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Folks, thanks for having us. And as always, go Prexies.